Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin in Tucson, Arizona. Thanks for joining me today, and we have day 2 of our Albuquerque new purchases, and I'm going to start with something absolutely ridiculous. As always, please like, share, subscribe. So, have you seen Pez? Anyone know what a Pez dispenser is? Right, so limited to 2,500 sets, July 4th sets. These little pieces of candy are actually made out of silver, and this is actually a product that's made by Pam Swiss, which I thought was absolutely wild because I've never seen this before, and that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna buy it. So here it is, and it has I think each one of these is 5 grams of silver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's about an ounce of silver total, but they trade for about $100. I'm your sucker. I did it. I bought it, and there it is. Now we can get on to like some real coins. As always, these coins are going to be listed on the website for new purchases, but also the link down below. If you click on the title to the video, you should be able to see a drop-down menu, and there'll be a link. So if there's a certain item you're looking for, but you know we put new stuff on our website daily, like this 93cc in a VG8 holder by NGC. This is I think about $450 on this guy. It's kind of a well-worn example of Old Faithful. Get some popcorn going, guys. Maybe pause the video. I've got quite a bit of stuff to show to you, including a shipwreck coin that's not a shipwreck coin. This is 1711 Netherlands Utrecht. So this is pretty wild because they call it the shipwreck. Well, actually, they just call it damaged XF details. But this 1711, it's a known shipwreck. Like all of the coins were uncirculated. Well, I shouldn't say that, but they were all mostly all from 1711 with this really cool design on them. Look at that with the lion and the lion and the lion. I wouldn't be lying if I told you 1711. Look at that. So this is from a wreck called De Liefde, and this particular coin I have priced at $400. I know. I'm going to have lots of pretty inexpensive world stuff here in a minute, but I've got a few other things mixed in. Next up, I got a little $1852 PCGS graded in one of them fancy little purple holders. Tough coins to see. I mean, from up close, you can see how small they are. This is graded MS62. This one we've got marked at $439. It's kind of a nice looking piece. Next up, 1911S. This is an interesting coin. Barber $half AU58. This looks like it was inside of a manila envelope forever and a day. You see those, how all the high points on the coin have a dark look to them from having a lot of contact over a period of time. But it's full luster underneath that tone. That one is 1100. Let's see what's next here. Like I said, I've got some more modern, kind of inexpensive, somewhat inexpensive world coins. This one's fun because you look at it right away and it's the Netherlands, but you know, this is actually from Curaçao. Munt van Curaçao, 1944, 2.5 guilders. That's the country you want to blame everything on when you kidnap the princess. Lovely looking piece. MS64, and this guy we've got marked at $75. And this 1916 Portugal MS64, another very interesting looking coin from an interesting time period. I wonder what Portugal was like in 1916. So this is $115 on this particular piece. 50 centavos. Really nice bright luster on that piece. Very nice. I have some better US stuff to show you. If I didn't already say that, this 1897 50-cent piece is graded MS62. Kind of a nice looking coin. Little gentle tone to it. We've got that one at 900. Here's an interesting trio. I actually don't know what I'm going to do yet with these because I've got these three 1907s, Panama, and one says it's a double die reverse, one says a double die obverse, and one just says it's normal. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. Mediosantismo de Balboa. This is going to be the normal coin. And then the next one says that it is the double die reverse. I'm going to assume this side's the reverse. I see it there, especially on the word Balboa. You can see some doubling. All right, and the last one says it's a double die obverse, which you can really see all the way around the lettering right now at that angle. And on the date. Those are neat. I might just put them together as a set. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Didn't want to have to actually plan anything. Here is a 1818 dated 960 Reese from Brazil. And this is MS64. Just always kind of a fun look at these guys. This one was also struck over a coin. You can actually see that, is that the H for Hispania right there? That H is not supposed to be there, folks. Struck over another coin. I didn't look to see what this particular coin is struck over date-wise. It looks like the ET and ET and the period there. ET phone home. Nice looking piece. This I have marked at 900. I should have just marked it at 960. That would have made more sense. Or I could have marked it at 96 or 8181 or 1818. There's a lot of numbers going on there. This is a shilling from Great Britain from 1787. NGC graded AU50. There's the date. I know I'm kind of upside down from the date side here. Pretty interesting little die crack on that coin. This one I have priced at 150. It actually has a touch of little bit of mint luster back there around the devices, and a little bit of toning to it too. Because Barbers are the never-ending story, here's one with a little less toning than the other two we've looked at. This one is graded NGC at Mint State 64. And it is not completely white. It has a lot of the kind of darkness and toning and grittiness around the stars, kind of giving it a nice little offset look. Oh, dang nabbit. Somebody please put up your sunglasses, my man. Look at that. Lovely. That's cool. Yeah, Barbers are fun. That's fun. They're also, I know uncirculated Barber halves have a pretty high point of entry, so high price point. This particular coin is $1,280. So, but you know, at least 80 of those dollars is worth the reverse on that coin. Very neat piece. I know you guys don't have all day. Here's another Barber for you. This is an 1892S, a little bit better date in the grade that is Mint State 64, with some really cool surface quality. almost has a proof-like nature to it. You can catch a little bit of it there at those angles. Both sides have, you can really see it has a little bit of that proof-like look to it on the back. That one is 1900. Let's get back to some coins that are not $1,900, shall we? Just a couple more of these fun little world coins that I got in. This is a US Philippines, so this is multiple countries in one coin, just like that Curacao piece is the Netherlands and Curacao. Here we go. The Philippines, 50 centavos, United States of America, 1944. This one is $125 in MS65. And then I've got this kind of fun looking 1947 Panama 1/10 of a Balboa, MS63. And this one I think I had at $75 on that guy. We'll take a closer look because it's a smaller coin, and then we can get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Not a very strong relief on those guys. You know, they're just not super strong relief. Okay, more of some of my favorite coins ever. Look at this Moroccan coin is from the year 1376. All right, for those of you who don't believe me, there it is, 1376. They were nice enough to go ahead and put both dates on here for you, though. 1956. I know that's like, you know, the year of our Ford. I gets out there a little bit trying to keep track of all the different dates on stuff. Empire Sherifian. And then just that lovely star with the crown. I think it's a cool coin. This one I've got at 110. That is Mint State 64. Here's another bright and shiny world coin that has I think 2 dates on it here. Let me see if it's got the date here. 1642. This is a Restrike coin. It certainly looks like Don Quixote. But this is actually produced in 1963 by Austria. 2 ducat, MS67. Just really a bright, shiny coin. This one I think we've got priced at 120. Next up, a really beautiful buffalo nickel. Always happy to get just a lovely looking nickel. These, if you want to have a singular coin, you can just get, you know, high grade coins for common dates. Most US coins are pretty available that way, especially into the 20th century. This is graded MS67 and just has that great look to it. And MS67, yeah, I've got that at 165. That's on my list of things to very likely send to CAC eventually if for some reason it doesn't sell. All right, some more of these interesting little world coins that I picked up. 1939 Nicaragua, MS65. I think these are a really low carat silver. Yeah, I said carat. It's not the term that's used often, but you can use it that way. I did. I mean, I give you permission. How's that sound? And if you've ever met someone from Nicaragua, they don't look like that guy. But this has one of my all-time favorite stylized designs for all coins ever. So this is probably one of the newest versions of that. But the sun going down behind the mountains, or rising, one of the two here. But you'll see that on Central American. There's a short-lived government called the Central American Republic that had that design, and those are some of my favorite coins ever. This particular coin we have at $85. And next up, this is kind of wild. 100 francs, and this is from 1946. And check out what this is the anniversary for. That's the 600th anniversary of John the Blind. I mean, you're leaving your mark. Apparently, he fought in a battle at the age of 50 after he had been blind for a decade or something. I don't know. You've got to, truth is stranger than fiction. 1346 to 1946. Yes, that's right. They'll be remembering you for a long time, buddy. $125 on that guy. All right, so this is kind of bombastic. This coin here, oh, wrong one. I'm going to call this bombastic too, just because I got the wrong coin. Bolivia 1900. I thought this was kind of cool because this is a type that I don't normally see. And I don't know if it's just a 1 or 2 year type, but it's just very different than some of the ones that I've seen before. 1900, there's the mint mark. Yeah, so this guy I've got at $185 on that guy. I think it's a pretty neat piece. If you're wondering if the end is in sight, it is not. So this was an interesting coin. So this is actually, the 1921 peace dollar. I'm not going to make you guess the grade, but one of the things that I liked about this coin is that the strike is actually pretty strong. This central part where the hair is, it's still pretty flat. There's lines and details in there that I don't always see on a 1921 peace dollar. Same with the feathers. They're pretty strong here. So this coin is graded mint state 61. We kind of looked this over, and I think the reason it's a 61, it shows like a much higher grade. It has this little bit of a stain, kind of out in front of her, which I think you could probably conserve that away. But I think it's just that there's a scratch area. There's that dark line right there. I think that could be it. But anyways, it's a really lovely coin, and this one we've got at $550 on that guy. Let's go back to a couple more of these. Oh, I've got some pandas to show you really quick. Panda. And then I've got, well, and whatever this guy is here, we've got a 1960 MS65 Mexican peso, the Morales peso. This is an interesting coin. I think someone probably sent it in to try to get a PL on it. We might just throw that on eBay for an auction and let it ride. But it definitely has a proof-like finish to it. We see a lot of these Morales pesos, and very rarely do you see one that has that type of proof-like finish to it. So that one we might just throw up at an auction, which I don't recommend doing if you're that nervous. Don't go out in public. 2007, the Chinese Panda, a little bit better date. I think this guy we've got at about 75 bucks. Panda. And then the 1997 also, it feels like I need to pre-order the 2027s because they're going to be a scarcer date. This is the large date variety, and that we've got at $79 on that guy. And this is a common 2013 is a common coin. I think we've got that at well, I had that marked at $55 when I was not looking closely at it, but this guy I probably won't even put online. It's got those spots on it. So, a coin can be certified. That's just a good reminder. A coin can be certified but still kind of have some problems to it. That's a good reminder. All right, I was really excited about this coin for lots of reasons. Lots of reasons. First of all, who doesn't like a train and who doesn't like a hussy? Here's a train with the 50 West Street. What is this? Special Message Post, New York. Look at that steam-powered train there, and they were speedy deliveries. Speedy deliveries, and here you go also on the horse. So you got horse, you got train, over hill, over dale. Time is money. How interesting is that? 1863. Expediency. It's $275 is what I've got on this guy. Just kind of a fun piece. MS64 red brown, and pretty cool. I think I like the train better than the horse, but I like that whole piece. All right, next up we've got a Very high grade original 1917 San Francisco treat. There's the S mint on there. Full head, this is $1,350 on this MS64 version. And once again, just a very, very original piece. Kind of like feels like it's been in an old wood box for a long time or something. Has a lot of that real nice skin underneath that toning. All right, next up, 1897. Here's another proof nickel. Yeah, this is a 66 cameo with a CAC. And, you know, the V-nickels are a tough series to get really nice proofs. You'll see proofs and they'll be dull, and it's kind of hard once they've gone dull to do anything that will conserve them in a way that'll bring back some life. But this one's pretty nice looking. That's an MS66, Proof 66 CAC. That one is $800 on that bad boy. One more of these like random mid-century modern world coins. You know, I'm just glad that I'm not on a coin because, you know, just not everyone's built for it. Here we go, 1638 to 1938 with the ship. It almost feels like one of those U.S. commemoratives. We got boats from the 30s. Would this be a 2 KR? Is that a 2 Kreutzer? What are we looking here with? 2 Kroner? We're in Sweden, so those would be Kroners. There you go. It's funny, it says Delaware KM807. So maybe this is matching up with the Delaware. It looks just like it. Man, could it be? All right, research department, get on that, would you? So this is a $70 coin on that guy. Matches your Delaware. All right, so this is the coin I was thinking of earlier when I was saying bombastic, really fantastic. This coin for so French Indochina. These coins come really just unattractive. This is graded Mint State 61, and it's just got a look. You know, it has a lot of, it has almost like a semi-proof like finish, and it's got a lot of hairlines and stuff, a lot of scuffs, but it's so bright and colorful. I've never seen anything quite like it on, yeah, I've just never seen anything quite like it. So pretty cool. This I have at 150. All right, now we're getting closer to the bottom of the box. I think there's like 5 or 6 coins sitting over here left. Here's a 1913 Denver Type 2. Here's your 13. Denver, so they made the 2 different types, the raised ground and the flat ground. This is a PCGS graded VF20. And this particular coin is $145. All right, 1887 MS63. Just had to get something here. This coin, it's just for fun. I mean, a common date coin, and it just has some irreverent electric blue toning. That I enjoyed. So this is $180. You know, you're paying really for the look more than anything else on a coin like that. To the grade, it's probably a $70 type coin, but to the toning and stuff, I just put a price on it that I liked. Oh, speaking of which, check this out. It's like the toning section. Right, we've got we had the French Indochina piece. Now we got the dollar. Now check this out, 1868 France. Once again, here's a coin that I've never seen anything quite like this because, you know, I've had these 5 francs from the time period. I've had them in decent grade. This is, you know, Mint State 61. But once again, with the color I've never had anything quite like that before. This one is $400 and a pretty cool piece. What else we got in here? Oh, here's a little winter brick action for you. The Cleveland, pardon me, the Cincinnati. All you Ohioans are like, yeah, you guys, you treat us all the same. We're different places. All right, the Cincinnati. This is MS65 from a winter brick. That is $450 on this particular coin. The 36D. America Cincinnati. Cincinnati, a music center of America. Thought it was Nashville, but you were wrong. All right, a couple coins left here. What do we got? Not even sure. Oh, yes. Speaking of inexpensive coins, here's another toner. Apparently all my toners somehow got at the end of the box. This is a Mint State 63 Canadian quarter. And it's, this I have at $45. You know, just something with a little bit of some color to it. Some little bit of all the colors to it, right? Finally, last and not least, this is a 1901 San Francisco mint. This is one of the toughest coins to get in a nice mint state grade in the Morgan Dollar series. A lot of those latter date San Francisco mint coins are very, very difficult to get. And this is NGC graded MS62. This I have at $850 on that particular coin. And rock and roll, guys. Thanks so much for being here today. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.